Nigga kill over a bitch, but let a rat keep his wife.
Hey y'all, Dawgface called DJ Akademiks. Guess for what? This Wack situation with Big U, Wack being in the paperwork for the things he done said about him chasing Future through the airport. Yeah. Nah, Dawgface called Akademiks. Akademiks end up calling Dawgface back. And Dawgface sound real displeased with how Akademiks been covering this situation as if Wack 100 ain't a rat. But let's go ahead and get into this. Dawgface finna go ahead and break it all down.
Videos, I could tell you were extremely perturbed. You accused me of allowing Wack 100 to misuse the platform to spread his propaganda against the recent, information that came out that a story that he is told frequently online about him chasing Future has now entered Big U's indictment. According to Wack, he says that came from a snitch on Big U's team saying it because the story isn't all the way accurate. And basically, he says because this is a overt act, it's not a new charge, that really, it's the feds. The feds might be just reaching. What do you think about the whole thing? I know you were called and I did see your call, but I know you and Wack can't have a civil conversation, so I wanted to keep you guys separate, at least to, just for the audience. What's your whole thoughts on the recent stuff with Big U?
So listen, can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, so listen. First of all, I did accuse you of allowing Wack to come on your platform and to use your platform to try to cover up what the whole world knows is his hand in Big U's case. So let's just start with the 900-pound gorilla in the room. Mm-hmm. The only person who has ever told the stories about what was allegedly happened at LAX between Wack, Big U, Future, Sierra, and then you throw Stunner, and you throw Trick in the mix because he mentioned them. The only person to ever tell that story publicly was Wack. Now, if we just...
Me and Big U on a red-eye flight to Atlanta. We coming to LAX. We coming through the security, putting our bag through the thing. Who we see on the other side? Future and the girl that's with the football player nigga, right? What's his baby?
Sierra.
We see Future and Sierra. I say, bro, is that who I think it is? He looked. I said, yeah. I said, you take. I got him. When we come to the thing, I say, hey, homie, you got that money for Trick? He take off running. I'm chasing the nigga on the dead homies through the Delta. The nigga runs into a terminal, and he runs into...
So y'all heard that. Not only did he implicate Birdman and Trick, he definitely said Future took off running from him. Hey, where that money at? You the aggressor. You the suspect. You chasing him. Which makes him the victim. He's a victim of being extorted, boy. And you telling it. And you the nigga that collect the money. You, Birdman. Well, I take that back. Birdman said he was going to pay the tab for Future. But that goes into Big U's paperwork. And they going to want to talk to Birdman from what you said. They going to want to talk to Trick from what you said. What? Boy, you hell. And Big U and the other nigga, y'all real close. And you wanted that money. And you put nigga's name in it. That's why you and Doughboy was going at it. Don't act like you don't know. It's all over the internet. And y'all gonna let Wack flip it? Oh no, let's get back to this.
If we just frame it with just Wack being the only person to tell the story, And then let's look at the fact that Wack, Wack told the story. He was the only one to tell the story. So how could it have been a snitch in Big U's camp when nobody was there? Big U, when he heard Wack telling this story a couple of years ago, Big U denied that it ever happened. Trick denied it ever happened. Future said that it didn't happen. We haven't talked to Sierra, and we haven't talked to Birdman about the whole thing. But the only person to ever bring this story up.
Well, he did say he's never mentioned Birdman. Even though I will say, you know,
so he lied. So listen, hold on. So he lied.
You know it can only go so far, because what you gonna do? Jump onto the runway? That's a long drop down there, right? He throws the phone at me on speaker. All I hear is Stunner voice. He say, Wack, it's me, Stunner. Talk to me. I say, Stunner, I'm busy right now. He said, yeah, but I don't want you to be, nephew. What the going on? I say, oh, trick a bag, man. He can't be in our backyard.
So we know he lied, and you know he lied, and your entire chat knows he lied, because on his own clubhouse, the guy played the tape back for him. He ran the tape back, and he said Stunner. We know he said Stunner. So, hey, listen, Akademiks, you're a good person. You're one of the most powerful people in urban media. And my thing with you is, I don't think I have to even break down all of Wack's flaws. And I don't think that I have to go over what happened with that whole thing.
No, I feel like I'm knowledgeable of. So I want to hear the conclusion though. So here's what I personally think, right? And I'm being all the way real. What I believe is that, you know, I think Wack has slightly a little bit of egg on his face. I maybe this came from someone, as he's saying, like, who's snitching or whatever, but I feel like a story that he told that he thought was innocuous and innocent, the feds consider that actually as extortion. And that's the big thing that, you know, I think he probably realized now, like, oh shit, yes, you're asking someone for their money, or you're asking for money that was owed, but if you threaten, if you do violence, if you do it in a certain way, that is part of what people or the feds would call extortion. So that got added to the overt act. I was only shocked by, and that's why I'm asking your conclusion. I'm gonna let you speak in a second. I'm shocked it got added now, and I'm wondering, other than what Wack has said publicly, what other information do they have? Maybe Wack's just chatting. Maybe this never happened. And I think that would go into a conversation of, is the feds just listening to podcasts and throwing anything, like it's like throwing shit on the wall, hoping something sticks?
Okay, so listen, let me take a deep breath. That's a good question. So let's just back up for a second, and I'm gonna play this game with you tonight. First of all, so we talk about overt acts. Overt acts are things that the feds add to indictments that really speak to the character of the overall scheme of what the person is charged with. We're talking about a conspiracy here. So when you look at Wack telling that story, nobody else told the story publicly but him. So Wack's trying to attribute, or he's trying to blame a snitch in Big U's camp and saying they're responsible for doing it. But how would they know? How would they have that measure of details? Nobody would have that measure of details but him. And on top of that, how is that an overt act for Big U when Wack said that he was the one who spotted Future and Sierra? He was the one who approached Future. He was the one who basically chased Future down the jet bridge.
Okay.
He was the one who cornered Future. And when Future called Stunner on the phone and threw the phone at him, Wack was the one who had the conversation with Stunner. And Stunner, and he said that when Stunner said, "Oh man, what you doing, man? I'm busy. I don't want you to be busy." Okay, well, I know you're being busy, but I don't want you to be busy. And Wack said, well, he owes Trick $50,000, and he can't be in my backyard and owe bro no money.
So basically, all because of what Wack did in this situation, Big U is a co-conspirator to the extortion of what Trick and Wack had going on, which Wack tried to play the enforcer and get this money, and Big U just happened to be there. And he pointing the finger at Big U, but it's all Wack did, through the phone at Wack. Wack talked to Stunner. Just because he was there. Just because Big U was there. And this nigga already been working. So, yeah, buddies, let's work something out and let's take him down for it. This is crazy work.
He either gonna pay the money. He gonna pay the money. He said, quote unquote, he gonna get fucked up and pay the money, or he gonna pay the money. It's his choice. $50,000, and he can't be in my backyard and owe bro no money. He either gonna pay the money. He gonna pay the money. He said, quote unquote, he gonna get fucked up and pay the money, or he gonna pay the money. It's his choice. So that's a threat. That's extortion.